So you're logged in. Let's get into Teams. I'm temporarily borrowing a student account just so you can see how to do this task and walk you through doing your your first Excel task and how to use Teams with the whole Excel saving issues and everything like that, just to make everything work as seamlessly as possible. So in assignments where things are added, so there's some previous assignments which will get handed in, but under exercise 1 is where we're going to begin. So currently in here we've got the instruction sheet, and then we've got something where we can add where it says my work. So we will open this one first and get the instruction sheet downloaded, because it's the easiest way to do this. Alright, come on. So this will eventually load, and it should hopefully go a little bit faster when you're doing it. Okay, so you can open in Word. It will ask for passwords and bits and pieces, but probably the quickest way is just to download it, and you'll get the pop a blank page. Do this. Right, so once that's downloading, we no longer need this document, so just X that. Then we're going to go add, and rather than adding an existing file upload from my computer, you just go new file, and then we're going to add an Excel file. So I'll just call it X1, and then we can click this, and then this will let us use an embedded online Excel document in here for us to edit. Okay, so this one here we can live edit now, so I can type in everything in there, which is great. So if I look in here, Unreal Tournament, this is the exercise here. I mean, hopefully you can do a little bit of this, so we can kind of see both. It's a little bit squashed, but with you guys having slightly bigger screens than my laptop one, it should be much easier to view. Right. Okay, so so I've just typed this and let it spill over. Later on there'll be instructions about what to do with that, but firstly, let's get player names. And so I want to enter in the next box, because you can see here it's in B3, which I'm in B3, but this one's spilling over. But if I click in this box, you can see there's nothing here. If I click in that one, you can see there's something there. So even though the words are spilling over, it's not actually going into that box. So what you can do is you can stretch it across, and then type if the it's weeding you out or what have you, and you kind of feel like you don't trust it, but yeah, you can literally just type. Oops. And they will all just be in their boxes, and you can kind of and I know there's another one afterwards called rank. Right. So if I highlight all these rows, then I can double click and it'll resize all of those rows appropriately. So yep, that's all good. Player name, right, let's get them in. Jimbo, sorry, I know this is a bit slow watching this, but you get the idea of, I do expect you to manually enter the data, because there's no other way to kind of get this in without having the sheet pre-done for you or something like that. But like I said, you guys are still learning your initial stuff, so actually how to type the information and get it to look tidy and presentable and everything, and format it the way that it needs to be formatted, is all stuff you need to learn before you kind of want to race ahead and go, I know all this stuff, it's easy, I just want to work on how to do the trickier calculations. But that being said, I don't have a number pad, so I'm just using a laptop, but it's still not a lot to type in really. Okay, 165, okay, and 35. Right. Okay. So that's it. Okay, so down here some instructions here. It says enter the information you see here. Drag all information you've entered from A1, which is your top corner, down to I9. Results. I missed one. There you go. So that's why I was. So I just cut and paste that. So if I undo that, so I went here, Control X to cut, Control V to paste, then we'll type in final score, right, and then I can resize that. Okay. Keep up with me, computer. Okay. So I'll take from this corner, highlight it to there. And it says it wants to be font Century Gothic. Century Gothic doesn't exist in the online one. I don't know why. So we're going to go with Arial because it's similar-ish and it's just a nice tidy font. So obviously some of these things have resized a little bit. So just highlight those and then resize them. Even if they're outside the screen, they'll figure it out. Okay. So change the size to 12. So same thing, you highlight everything to 12. And the easiest way to highlight everything is you just click in this corner and it highlights the entire Excel sheet. Right. Then I'll just make sure everything fits. Okay, cool. So let's go back to these instructions now. Okay, because we're going to do format cells. Okay, so you can highlight right across all the titles. Right mouse click and you can go the number format is when you want to get the number formats. It's not going to in the online one give you this mode here. So the way is we just use this drop down menu. Let's use a border, so we want a border bottom, and then I also want a border on the right hand side, so border right. So there you go. So I've got that border, so that's what that step's about there. If you're on the desktop version, then yes, it's going to do all this fine. Repeat the process. Yep. Okay, under the hit percentage. Okay, so hit percentage now. I mean, this statistic, like if we looked at this as a mass equation, you really would know how to work this out already. So we know that we shot 120 times, but we hit 100. So essentially, we didn't hit. We missed some. Okay, so we've got almost like a 90% average roughly. So if I say equals, and I put my actual hit count first, the small number on top, and then the actual shots there, we can see our percentage. There you go, so 83%. And in here, there's a button here that formats percentage. So then I just take this and drag it down. There you go, all done. So that's literally what that says. Drag the percentage. Okay. We're going to work under the result now. So if I just work across a little bit. So under result into the following equals E4. So E4 kill count minus deaths. Okay, so equals that minus deaths to equals the result. So there you go, there's that. Obviously some people aren't that great in this game. Under final score equal the following: G4, which is the one we just worked out, times D4, which is our percentage. Okay, so it's going to be our result versus our percentage to give us a final score. So equals G4 asterisk, which is times that one, enter, gives us your final score. Drag that down. Is there anything I missed off the end there? Drag it down. No. Okay, I should just minus up a little bit. Right. Okay. Make the above selection, then sort the data. Okay. So obviously this has got no decimal places. So I could right mouse click here, go number format, go number, decimal places, 0. Okay. Then in terms of we want to rank them. With the online one, the ranking thing works slightly different. So we go into the data tab first, and you got the sorting, descending, ascending. So what I'm going to do is highlight the last row, then go sort descending, because I want the highest number on top. So sort descending, so like you can see here, 66, 28, 40 should be above, 38 should be above that, then 28, then this should be at the bottom. So you can see there's going to be a bit of juggling going around. And these names, Trevor, Gunther, so I think Liam was the one on 40, should be ranked second. Liam, oh no, I think it's Ben. Yeah, so Ben should be ranked second, so we should see the name Ben second if we took this whole row of information and reshuffled it. Right, so I just highlight that last row, click that. I'm hoping it's going to do something. Alright, fine, I'll highlight the whole row. Let's try it now. Sort descending, right, there we go. Yes, okay, so I highlight the whole group then and said sort descend, sort Z to A, and that figured it out. Then the ranks you just manually type in. I mean, it's the thing, if you want to, you can go 1, 2, and you should be able to drag the rest of it and it'll automatically count up for you. Right, so that's pretty much it. The only thing left to do is a merge. So if I click and highlight through to the last row there, and under home, there's a button here. It's called Merge and Center. Click that, and it will just merge your title there to look all nice and done. So once you've done this, you can X this, and because it's already pre-attached, you would just go turn in, and that'll turn it in. If you click turn in already by accident, you can re-hand things in over the top of it, and it will just take whatever has been added last. So that's fine, okay? And then yeah, you'll get the hand in there. So that is how you use Teams and kind of follow an instructions sheet and do the work there. Okay? Good luck.